What's up, guys? Cody today with the what was most likely the 5.24 patch notes. Patch goes out live tomorrow, and this is what's on the PBE for right now. So these are most likely the changes that we'll be seeing. So Nevia got a nerf. The chill duration on her ult was lowered to 1 second, and the break range went down to 1,000. So that stinks for Anivia. But Ash got a buff. Her Q now only needs 4 stacks instead of 5. Bard got a buff. We all know I love that. his meeps recharge 2 seconds faster, and his W has a higher AP ratio. And the reason why his W probably has a higher AP ratio is to counteract people like, or to make him more balanced with people like Soraka, who can heal for a ton, while Bard really can't. Brand, they just made the mana cost higher for his W. Caitlyn, now her passive needs only 6 stacks at all levels. Mundo, getting a nerf. Now his Q can only deal max damage to monsters, and the current health damage has been decreased in the middle of the ranks. Still does the same amount of damage at rank 1 and rank 5. Mundo's E no longer scales as much as it did before until it hits rank 5. And now it no longer applies extra damage to towers, which is good. Ekro got his base HP reduced and his HP gross reduced. And his Warpath no longer ignores unit collision, but his E can now move through units during its duration. So, I mean, he's being nerfed by a little bit, so that way he's not as tanky. Kindred, her ult cooldown is being increased by 10 seconds at rank 1. Kog'Maw no longer has a 1.25% AD ratio on the maximum, on the damage of target's max health. But instead, he now has a 2% flat damage. So, it's kind of just, it's not a buff nor a nerf, it seems like. Maybe more of a, might actually be more of a buff. It depends how much AD you would get. Like if you had like 175 AD, then I guess it's a small nerf, I guess. You only need like 180 AD, something in that area, to match the 2%. So I guess it's a small nerf. I don't know. It depends how much AD you would normally build on Kog'Maw. I haven't played him as much anymore. Know how much AD you actually end up building on him. Malzahar's W is getting nerfed. That way it just does less damage. E, the tooltip is getting fixed. It's always his AP ratio on his W is supposed to. It's been 0.15 for a long time. Misfortune, the attack speed is getting lowered for W at the earlier ranks, and her E slow is getting reduced at the earlier ranks. Nidalee, or I think, I don't know if they're undoing a nerf that they did earlier to her. Can't remember. I can't remember how bad they nerfed her Q earlier. But now they've added, now they've like pretty much brought it, they pretty much unnerfed it, it seems. just by a little at least. So her Q does more damage now. Quinn, she needed to get nerfed. So her base damage was lowered by a little bit. And her Q mana cost was increased, the damage was lowered, and the total AD scaling was lowered. Rammus got a nerf. His Q Powerball slow duration was lowered to 2 seconds from 3 seconds, and the hitbox was reduced by 100 units. But it seems like they fixed a pathing. It seems like they made him path better. Riven, I don't know why, but they increased her health regeneration. Why you would do that, I don't know. Rumble, tooltip fix. Sivir, he's gonna do more damage with her W. Although from playing Sivir, I've found that she's already pretty decent. So I don't know why they had to. I don't know. Garner tooltip fix on E, and then his alt ratio for AD went down to 0.6. Soraka, Q range reduce, W mana cost increase, and then this is her alt no longer removes grievous wounds. Swain, root duration decrease. His devour, his W. His movement speed running away, so that's a nerf. Twisted Fate, fortunately he got a nerf by a small amount. His Q does less damage now. And Ziggs, I don't even play Ziggs, but his passive now deals double damage to turrets, so I guess he can siege faster. Deadman's, they reduced the health to 500, that sucks. Essence Reaver, this is just kind of like a, just rewording it, pretty much. But also you now need a 30% crit chance to get the 20% cooldown reduction. The Frostbite alteration got nerfed because it was pretty much being overused. I think that should say 1 to 9. That's a mistype. So pretty much the cooldown. Oh, okay, never mind. I see it. Okay, so the cooldown is increased, and the vision is decreased. Yeah, okay, I misread what I was saying. Okay. So Phantom Dancer, not a nerf necessarily, just not a nerf nor a buff. 5% more attack speed for 100 gold. I mean, it depends. Is 5% attack speed worth 100 gold? I don't know. Rapid fire can, oh yeah, this, pretty much Zeal is 100 more. And that's why these all are 100 more. But Fire Force isn't, for some reason. Onto the masteries. So they're gonna add this new Murderous Intent, where you deal 5% increased damage to champions until you gain a kill or assist. I don't know. I guess I don't know what the purpose of that would be exactly, but it's like weird how they put it here, like whether or not it's actually gonna be in or not. So I don't know. Beast, the cooldown is 5 seconds more. Deathfire, they've changed a bunch of stuff now. So now it's 8 plus 50% bonus AD and 20% AP over 4 seconds for single targets for single target spells. The AoE spells are 2 seconds, and then burn duration, burn damage over time is now 1 second. So it's to help make it more of what it was supposed to be than what it became. With Brand, like Malzahar and Teemo just like wrecking your health. Like one Teemo shroom took out like half your health. It was terrible. Fervor of Battle is getting a nerf because it used to be when the Warlords came out, if you crit you took that, and then they nerfed that. So then all ADCs took Fervor of Battle. And now I've got no idea what you're supposed to take now. Because it now only stacks on champion hits. Now, I don't... This doesn't make any sense to me. It says, using abilities no longer stacks. They must hit enemy champ. And then it goes on to say, spell hits now generate 2 stacks. So I'm confused if it means spells as in summoner spells or what. Melee attacks now generate 2 stacks, and the duration has been increased to 6 seconds from 5. So I don't even know if I'm going to take Fervor of Battle much anymore now because of this. Because you have to be attacking like a non-stop now. You have to be attacking the enemy to do the bonus damage. Like, I think now it is putting it in the place that it needs to be. So now there isn't like an overpowered mastery. So it's putting it where it needs to be though. So like now I think that on my ADCs, what's probably going to happen is if they're not a very auto attack reliant champion, I'm going to take Warlords now just because Fervor of Battle is like, it seems, because I can't stack it off of minions now during the laning phase and then go at somebody. So like unless I'm like a very auto reliant champion like Twitch, Thane, Kalista, then I'm just not gonna take for battle. I'm gonna take Warlords because I mean, Deathfire is just eh. So they're adding a new mastery to the Cunning Tree. So pretty much when you're by yourself, you deal more damage. Um, it's eh. You know, it gives you something other than biscuits to take. So, you know, it's okay. Or I mean, you can't take it bot lane, of course, but top lane you could technically take if you're like going like a fighter. Like if you're going like someone like a Fiora or a Nectin, someone that like wants to be like aggressive in lane, then you could take that. Especially like Renekton, who doesn't use, especially like top laners that don't use mana. The biscuits kind of lose out their purpose on that. But so, I mean, it'll help certain people. And then for others, it's just going to be completely useless. Like for mid laners, like I don't think you're going to use it that much on the mid laner because when you go down to gank bot, you're not going to really like it's gonna your bot lane's gonna be there. So like I guess if you're like Zed and you're like catching people out, maybe that might work. Yeah, actually that would work. I mean you don't really need, yeah, I think that yeah, that might work actually. So precision, the armor penetration is being increased by a small amount ish. Yeah. Thunderlord's decree now has a bonus AD ratio, or the AD ratio is getting increased. One speaker now gives a flat armor and MR based on level instead of increasing resistances. Unyielding, the armor MR was reduced. Explore, the movement was increased, which I like because when I play support and I roam a lot, I take this on my mastery page. So that, I mean, it's a small movement increase, but it's still a movement increase. Death Scars, can't tell exactly what this is supposed to say. I think this is mistyped. I think it's supposed to be 0.9, 1.8, 2.7, 3.6, 4.5. I think that's what it's supposed to say. Is that there's no way that's like actual like 9 actual health. There's no way. So I think this is getting buffed. Bond of Stone is getting nerfed. They nerfed it earlier where they made the 4% damage reduction by yourself to 2%. Now they're putting that up to 3%, but they're making the damage reduction and damage transfer when you're an ally lower to 6%. The jungle, Merkwolf has less health, more armor. Ancient Krug has more health, less armor. The Rift Herald now drops a buff, and whoever on your team walks over it gets it instead of whoever kills it last. Both teams can see this, but only the team that actually killed the Rift Herald can pick it up. Rift Herald now gives 20 more gold, and yeah, this is very minuscule. They just changed the name of the movement speed buff at the start. And that's it, guys. Pretty good patch all around, it seems. Oh yeah, and Poppy's coming out with this too. So Poppy and the Poro King minigame, the Poro King game, that's coming out. So yeah, it should be good. And Zhonya's got the news visual effects. I think these are good changes. Everything, it's like just balancing people that were kind of overpowered. And yeah, I think that's gonna be good. Well, thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. And if you want to, you can probably catch me on Twitch streaming on there. It's kind of random right now, but whenever I'm not working and I'm playing League, I'm probably streaming, assuming that there's not too many people at the house. And yeah. So make sure you share this video with your friends, as it does help me a lot. And thanks guys, and see you guys next time.